Hello, my friends, and welcome to Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I usually don't get quite this personal and or specific on Words of Wisdom Wednesday because I always want to make these a little more universally friendly from a standpoint of appealing to everyone. But since this personally has happened to me several times over the last few months, I felt like this particular topic may need to be addressed. I'm Kathy Weaver, and this is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I am part of the fan club, ever growing fan club, for Delinda Lane and the Fun Fearless Female global community of Christian women. And here we are. I network a lot. I have actually been networking pretty much full time since 2008. And by networking full time, pre COVID, I was at just about every possible in person event you could imagine. Post COVID, I am on just about every possible virtual event you can imagine because I actually love networking. Now, for me, networking causes, creates, gives the opportunity for lots of one on one appointments. That's how a lot of my friends become clients, a lot of my prospects become clients, and that has literally been my business model for 16 years. So, people always ask me, how do you know how to this? How do you know how to that? How do you know how to something? How many coaches do you have? Well, will you coach me is the rest of the story. And first of all, to be very, very clear, I am a trainer, not a coach. I train people how to work their Kangen water machine, how to create their own business within the Kangen water family. So I am definitely a trainer, not a coach. So that's the first area that we need to get cleared up. So I always suggest other coaches to them. But for me, the place I go for much of my business acumen is scripture, the Bible. Now, if you are a coach and you want business clients, life coaching, whatever your type of coaching is, this is not instead of necessarily, but for me, I incorporate scripture into just about every step, into every step I take, even when it comes to business. So I just wanted to give you a heads up as far as when someone asks a question about how to create a kingdom business, how to create a business strategy, how to whatever it is. Do you think any of this is brand new from a standpoint of, does God direct your path every breath you take? For me, the answer is absolutely. And my journey, my story is huge from a standpoint of knowing that He has been with me every step of my life journey and certainly my business. So let's take a look. And I'm going to look down so you can actually see that I'm looking at the very same thing you would be looking at. I use the U version, YOU version of the Bible. It's an app. And the reason I use that is I am not well versed in the Bible yet at all. And so I use this a lot because it has lots and lots and lots, gazillions of Bible studies already incorporated. And it has lots and lots and lots of Bible references when you do a search. And the best thing for me is it has lots and lots and lots of translations. If you're a King James person, if you're an NIV person, all of those are fantastic, but sometimes that does not work for my brain as far as I got to understand that a little differently. So I use several different translations and when I'm searching for something. So I typed in just in the search bar, business. That's all I did is type in business. And for me, again, believer, I want to make sure that everything that I am doing as far as my company is blessed by God. And so far in these 16 years, it is being blessed by God always. So I typed in business. What comes up is, first of all, plans, which is cool because I, of course, would do the search. And then comes the verses, not just your earthly master. That's Colossians 3:2. Then you've got Bible studies within business. And first one that pops up, doing business supernaturally, business culture, business plan, business planning principles, Bible on Business, 31 Days to More Faithful Work, Proverbs and Business, Reinventing Your Business, 5 Business Paradoxes, Uncommon as far as Kingdom Business, God owns my business. That one I do love. Financial discipleship in business, biblical business leadership strategies, good for business, doing business with God, building a supernatural, successful vision, doing business God's way, biblical business leadership, and stress. Now, that's just a few of them. I just wanted you to see that there's so many. And then just click see all. I always teach people during my posting parties and some of the different trainings I do, push buttons, you can't break anything. And so when I was going, Lord, thank you very much for your input, but I'm talking business here, and I know that you don't know anything about that. Of course, that's going on in my head. And I'm literally going, what? There's not one single question that you can ask regarding business that's not in the Bible. There's not one. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And so how do I this? What do I that? Client that maybe is not such a good fit for me, business strategies, principles, etc. Pages, you can do Good Business Daily as a page, and all of a sudden they will send you a reminder, put God first in your business. There's different groups you can join: Unconventional Business Network, C12 Business Forum, About My Father's Business LLC. There's so many things you can do. Now, once again, if you are going to be looking for images, that's another one that I think is cool. So you think of different passages in the Bible. Think about this. Share your plans with the Lord and you will succeed. Okay. Now, in this particular case, the version I'm using, the translation is CEV DCI version. And again, share your plans with the Lord and you will succeed. Do your work willingly as though you were serving the Lord himself and not just your earthly masters. Colossians 3:23. Try your best to live quietly, to mind your own business, and to work hard just as we taught you. That 1 Thessalonians 4:11. You see what I'm saying here? As soon as you think in terms of why didn't my business work, or why didn't this happen, or why didn't I make $1 million in 3 hours, all of those things are scriptural, in my opinion, that I have found so far. I have not had a business question from a client, from a colleague, from a peer, from a prospect. I have not had any of those questions come up that have not been able to be answered scripturally. And so I just wanted to share that today because, like I say, I don't usually get this specific and personal as far as my daily routine, if you will. But every single step of my success journey, number one, is Jesus Christ. Number two, as far as my business, Miracles with Water, how do you think that name came to be? Lord, there are so many miracles with this water. What should I name my company? Miracles with Water had not been taken yet. We bought all the domain names, .com, .org, everything, and here we are. And so the rest of the story is all of the different things. You know that he is walking with us every step of your business, and your success, in my opinion, comes from him. You might get your paycheck cut from your company, but for me, the money, the blessings, the bounty, the harvest comes from Jesus, comes from God, whatever that belief system looks like for you. And that's why, and think about this too. I have done this before. Again, Delinda Lane has coaching classes that she does as far as how to do your 1 minute, as she calls it. And so don't say your name first. That's one of Delinda's big messages. And so in her groups, I go one step differently than I do perhaps in some of the other groups I attend. And so I would say, did you know that water is mentioned 722 times in the Bible? If it's important to Jesus, it's important to me. My name is Kathy Weaver, and I am part of the Enagic Kangen Water family. My DBA for my company, Doing Business As, is Miracles with Water. Please visit my website and let's talk more about this dynamic technology. If you would like to save money, certainly save time, cleaning, disinfecting, and healthy drinking water that you don't have to have delivered to your home anymore, and plastic waste. I'm Kathy Weaver, and I love being part of the Fun, Fearless Female global community of Christian women. Okay, 60-second infomercial. Don't say your name first. Delinda likes it when you say it a little closer into the 7-second part. But in this case, I reference scripture. 722 times water is mentioned in the Bible. Boom. What is your topic? Health, wellness, legal, creative, art, what? Whatever your business is, the industry piece is going to be mentioned in scripture. I can't imagine any industry that's not. So think about coaches and trainers. Again, if that's your business and your job, a lot of people certainly could use your services. But for me, every time I have a business question, I have a board of directors, you know I do. But every time I have a business question quickly, I need an answer quickly, I go to my YouVersion Bible app. I type in the question, I type in the term, and then I have several passages that I can read that kind of get me over that hump, like, I never thought of it that way. So I just wanted to share my best business coach is God. My best business book is the Bible. It is the Bible. What book are you reading that you like, that have you learned so much about business? The Bible, always for me. And I just wanted to share that because, as I said, there has not been a topic in my life yet that has come up that's not in there. A passage, a verse, a scripture, a something that means the world to me. Plus, if you have a topic, type in a Google search. How many times is water mentioned in the Bible? How many times is gardening mentioned in the Bible? How many times is harvest and bounty and food and feeding the hungry and ministering to the sick? How many times is any of that mentioned in the Bible? And then you could incorporate that into your infomercial. So again, if you're a coach or a trainer, please know that there are definitely folks out there who could use your product or service. Guaranteed, I meet many of them. But the rest of that story is, for me, the first place I go is the scriptures. And then after that, Lord, lead me to the next person I could go to, lead me to the next group I should belong to. And in 16 years, and obviously in all my life journey as well, he has not let me down one time. That's how I've gotten to meet lots of you, by the way. So I love, love, love being able to share this. This is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Again, I know I don't get this personal often, but when I hear so many people struggling, challenging, where do I go? What do I do? There's so many books out there to read. There's so many trainers. How do you pick which one to go to? I don't have a problem with that. I go to that one. Straight to God, my friends. That's my deal. That's my message. I'm Kathy Weaver. This is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. And yes, I am part of the fan club for Delinda Lane, the fun, fearless female global community of Christian women. Be sure and join her Facebook page. We can get more connected that way. And I love being part of this community. And do put your answers in the chat, in the comment section, by the way. What is your go-to? If it is not scripture, if it is scripture, I'd love to know that too. But what is your go-to? Who's your great big coach person that you think about? Who's your great big trainer person that you think about? Whoever that is, we'd love to know that as well. For me, you got my answer. There we go. Bye for now, my friends. I'll see you next week. They go faster every time on Words of Wisdom Wednesday.